One thing I have just been reminded of by a client who I spoke with on the telephone very recently, moments ago, is that rates of exchange move. So if you get a price from your bank at 8 o'clock in the morning, if you log into your online banking, you want to send sterling to US dollar, they will present you with a rate of exchange. That rate will unquestionably have changed by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The market, the rate at which institutions and investors buy and sell currency moves about 52 times a minute. And so institutions, when they offer retail rates of exchange to you and I, tailor and move their rates up and down according to that underlying market movement, which is why individuals find it very difficult to sort of forecast or calculate what they're going to get in exchange for their pounds sterling. You need to sort of click refresh. You need to get prices at the point at which you're actually exchanging your money. Don't rely on what you saw online yesterday. Don't rely on what you saw online last week. That is purely an indication of what was going on back then. And this is why we provide a lot of prices over the telephone and indeed via WhatsApp, because it's in real time and it gives you a reflection of the changing value of the money that you hold and what you're going to get in exchange for it.
1,000 words ain't enough to define the body of, yeah. Caught her look and she wants it back. She's firing up that body up, yeah, babe. You think that I want you, but nah, babe. You're one in a million, but it's not.
I wish I had recorded it for you all, but I've just conducted a live comparison for one of my clients. A lovely couple who have sold a house in France. Their funds are presently in BNP Paribas. They have used a couple of foreign exchange firms. They used one in particular to buy the property overseas, and they've also engaged one of my former employers, in fact, in the interim over the past sort of 7 or 8 years. Now, I quoted this client a rate for 651,000 euros into sterling. I offered them £550,000. It was revealed to me just now that the other firm that they're speaking with has offered them 547,000. Now, that means that other firm is offering them a rate of wider than 1% from the market. So that's not a bad or uncompetitive margin, that's not an uncompetitive fee, because you have to consider that BNP Paribas would be offering the client closer to 538,000, so maybe 9,000 less than what this other firm is offering. From my perspective, I offered the client the opportunity to lock in £550,000 in exchange for the 651,000 euros, lock it in today if they wanted to, but their euros are not with us yet. So the client has opted to send the euro sum to us first and then take the prevailing rate of exchange on the day that those funds arrive. And the reason they've chosen to do that is because they've conducted their comparison exercise. They're confident and comfortable that our price will undercut that of this other firm. I didn't quote, knowing that there was another firm. So straight out of the gate, our pricing sort of structure is such that we are undercutting other so-called specialist foreign exchange firms. And I explained to the customer that that was because we are boutique. We get our referrals through from trusted sources. This one came from this client's accountant, and we want to make sure that we get further referrals from that source. Hence, we'll go in tighter than most others.
And here I attempt to provide you with a sort of a visual representation of the difference in margin. Top left, we have the mid-rate, or the prevailing interbank rate at the time, 1.1726. The client was selling 651,470 euros. To the right, you have 3%, which is the margin typically applied by a retail bank. That would have given the client £538,910. Across the bottom, 0.5 across to 1.5%.
8%. That's the typical range of a non-bank broker. So the competitive brokers would offer 552,000, less competitive might be offering 547,000. But the key difference is that even at the slightly less competitive end, you have a £10,000 improvement on what a high street bank would have offered. Resultant revenue should be for a broker around the £5,500 mark, at 3 times that for a retail bank. And I don't think that's acceptable, personally.